Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, a cohort of 60 individuals begin retooling as they acquire the skill sets for future online jobs. The DAIC and CREED collaborate to equip 50 small businesses with financial literacy, and Bishop Malze asks the faithful to examine their level of commitment to the Cathedral project, now $9 million over its original budget. The details coming up.
Avec flow, gagner l'argent, on partit l'argent avec flow. Gagner l'argent, on gros sac l'argent. C'est juste ça pour gagner un gros sac l'argent avec flow. And mettez on top up, sign up, quittez yo, et venez joindre flow. It only gets better with flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Are you still washing your hands regularly, wearing your mask in public, and practicing social distancing? 0 cases does not mean COVID-free. Stay home if you're not well to keep others from getting sick. Continue to avoid crowds in public spaces. Always keep your guard up. We're still fighting this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
First up in the news, equipping Dominica's youth with the skills required for what's called the gig economy. That's how Minister for the Digital Economy, Cassani Laville, described the launch of Work Dominica Online on Monday. The pilot program of the Work Online Dominica initiative has been launched with its first cohort of 60 trainees. The goal of the 12-week course is to equip these individuals with the digital skills to find work and income online. The gig economy in a modern digital world boils down in part to people working remotely from home, online.
For the past few months, we have been working quite aggressively to pursue and lay out the foundation to transform the digital economy here in Dominica. 8 months ago, digital economy was virtually an unknown term for all of us, but today we are happy to be part of this buzz. So I am pleased to be part of this excitement. History has recorded many social, industrial, and economic revolutions. However, due to our size, our population, location, and geopolitics, we have hardly played a major role in these. However, in this day and age, the technology revolution, I call it, we are saying as a government, as a country, as a people, we are going to be protagonists in this story. We will lead the way in the region. And we are committed to doing this. We are committed to doing whatever it takes to ensure that our country is secured and prepared to receive the developmental benefits associated with this technology revolution.
The goal is to create awareness of the numerous opportunities online.
Not only the socialization, the browsing and research, but we'll continue to train our people to become producers. We'll show the business opportunities that are available. And not only that, we'll teach you how to access the opportunities, platforms, the markets for yourself to become more desirable. Basically, we're going to help you to become entrepreneurs in this digital space. The remarkable thing, though, is that Dominicans are very bright and skilled. And I'm not just saying that because I am Dominican, but I know how well our students perform at universities around the world. I know how much talent that we have. And this will be an advantage because we'll therefore be able to use your natural talents and your learned skills to be more competitive and to make money. So you'll be able to make money online by doing things you know and things that you enjoy. You will be able to use the internet regardless of your location, regardless of spatial limitations, because this market is for everyone. It's for anyone who has access to the internet. That means you have a wide reach of people. You can offer services to almost anyone around the world. So I'm pleased with the level of interest in Work Online Dominica. This shows that you want to work, you are willing to learn, We are willing to grow and to explore new areas of opportunities.
A number of organizations are collaborating in this project, namely the ISRAID, UNDP, and of course the Ministry of Digital Economy. There are plans to expand the program later on to include many more Dominicans interested in training to work online. Government plans to invest close to $20 million in technology adoption and more training in digital skills to ensure workplace readiness. Minister for National Security Reuben Blackmore says pronouncements by the Prime Minister and the Chief of Police warning against illegal entry or human trafficking is not idle talk. Mr. Blackmore says there are laws in place to address these matters and they will be dealt with under the law. As the Prime Minister has pointed out, the issue of illegal immigration takes on greater seriousness in light of the threat posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Government does not want individuals with the virus entering the country illegally and roaming around the country undetected.
To come to the country illegally has been a historic thing. What we have seen over the years is that it has actually graduated from the mere contraband, the beginning of rum and codfish and those, to a well-organized enterprise. So because our immigration law is kind of old, in 2003, Act number 19, by way of an amendment, was made to give some more teeth to the immigration law in terms of illegal entry.
The minister says one can serve prison time for breaking the law in that regard.
Anyone who enters to a port that is not approved or a port that is not otherwise an approved port commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to $5,000 or 1 year imprisonment. The other issue that is even more serious and has implication for us with our friends and is the one of human trafficking. And that same amendment also addresses under section 25B that anyone who assists anyone to enter or leave Dominica in any unlawful manner commits the crime of human trafficking.
The Coast Guard plays a critical role in border security, but the National Security Minister says while training is being provided, there are other critical needs.
Our greatest challenge in terms of our border security is one of maritime. Because the bulk of the drugs and illegal firearms and human trafficking, those activities are actually carried out on our seas. So therefore we need a Coast Guard department that is well trained. And I must say, the officers in the Coast Guard are well trained individuals. They're trained in a variety of skills, engineering. Some of them are electricians. They're trained in electronics. And these guys are just fantastic. So in terms of the human resource component part of it, they're well trained. The other aspect has to do is over the years, in 2007, we invested in actually buying a Coast Guard boat. But it's a service time. I don't want to say the number of boats we have now for apparent reasons because people are listening. But we intend to invest in a water platform with tremendous capabilities, radar, and the ability of the police officers to spend a week or two on water. So what happens now, the criminals monitor the police. So you need to have the element of surprise, where the officers can spend time on the water, and that boat we're thinking of will be able to detach an interceptor while at sea, and to actually deal with the culprits who actually want to violate our laws. The other issue has to do with the infrastructure in terms of the jetty. And as we speak, we have, of course, free estimates, and we have been able to identify where the money is going to come from to actually repair the pier itself. We have estimates in the region of $1.2 million to actually do that. So that is something we're looking at. So in terms of investing in our assets, namely our boats, etc., the training of the men, and having a better pier. Another issue that we have been looking at is to have some kind of presence in the north, because a lot of the activities that we're talking about, because of the proximity of some of the French territories, actually take place in the north. So we have to provide proper oversight in terms of security and manning our waters in that part of the island.
Police Chief Daniel Carbon says community policing remains a key component of crime fighting. But it does not appear that the police force has been able to make a success of its community policing program.
Crimes that are of greatest concern to us, we have the issue of gun crimes, murders. Last year we had 10 murders. In 2018 we had 11. And so far this year we are 10. We also have concerns over robberies. That too is of very serious concern to us. 2018 we had 69 robberies. And 2019 we had 86. So we had a slight increase in robberies. Sexual offenses kind of prevalent. We've been investigating those offenses very seriously, and I can say almost every report we get in that regard goes through due process. I don't know what
that's something we have to
that is something we have to pay attention to.
That's where the help of the individuals at the community level come in to assist the police in fighting crime.
The police alone cannot find crimes. The police will be very successful in addressing crime matters in close and only in close partnership with the community. The community out there has a lot of resources. If you do not have a community that supports you, that work in close partnership with you, you'll have a serious hurdle in fighting crimes. The intelligence base is in the community, and that is very important. In following your preemptive measures to prevent crimes from happening, and secondly, when it happens, to detect it. The information is out there, it is in the community. Apart from sharing information and sharing intelligence, the police themselves must get closer to the community. And I've always been saying that. You must know who your leaders in your community are. You must have a good relationship with your schools. You must be in close contact with your pastor, your priest, your religious people, the business community. And the police must. That's how you're going to build your confidence. That's how the public itself is going to have confidence in you when they see you. You cannot build a partnership by staying in and withdraw. The community must see you. You must work in uniform. You must be there. Build a relationship. Build a good partnership with the community.
The police chief says the government-assigned consultant working on the community policing program is stuck in the UK due to COVID-19. You are watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more after this.
Giving away $40,000 in cash, 2 bags of money plus a grand every Friday.
With always better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. That's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up.
Top up.
$10 or more.
Sign up.
Just switch the flow.
Get a plan.
1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore.
We flow.
Win a bag of money.
Cash out.
Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? From flow.
So top up, get a plan, or switch now to win. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Are you still washing your hands regularly, wearing your mask in public, and practicing social distancing? 0 cases does not mean COVID-free. Stay home if you're not well to keep others from getting sick. Continue to avoid crowds in public spaces. Always keep your guard up. We're still fighting this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. More than 50 small businesses have benefited from training in financial literacy provided by the DAIC in collaboration with the Climate Resilience Execution Agency of Dominica, CREED. DAIC and CREED are helping small businesses here improve their record keeping and other aspects of financial management in order to better position themselves to access financing. Business owners are often required to present financial records in order to access various loan facilities at financial institutions.
DAIC and CREED collaborated on the MSME Virtual Financial Management Training, which is the first of its kind that we have done as a collaboration between our organizations. We hosted this training via Zoom over the months of May, June, and July. And it was a 3-level training which focused on startups, record keeping, and accounting. We saw that there was a gap for our MSMEs in having proper record keeping, and as such they weren't able to access financing and other opportunities. So we thought that it was very important to be able to enhance their literacy to improve financial management and strategic planning for the businesses, as well as improving access to finance. This training was facilitated by Mr. Elijah Liebler, who is the MSME Business Advisor for CREED. And over this training, we supported over 50 businesses who were from different sectors, so from the tourism industry, manufacturing, agro-processing, among others. And the participants who successfully completed the assessments that we provided to them, they received certificates in recognition of their dedication in completing the necessary requirements. As partners, we've decided that this will not be all that we'll do to support the businesses in this. We'll continue to provide support to improve their accounting systems, to also support in setting financial goals to improve their overall financial management.
A second cohort will begin training in January of next year.
As partners, DIC and CREED continues to encourage all businesses to pay special attention to financial record keeping and our financial literacy, because this will really allow us to access opportunities that we may not see now, but they will be coming in the future. Should any business require additional support or assistance in this, we encourage you to reach out to us at DAIC or CREED as we continue to provide support to our businesses, because we see this as very fundamental to the growth of our economy, to the survival of our private sector.
In other news now, the Most Reverend Bishop Gabriel Malzer has invited the Catholic faithful to examine their personal attitude and commitment towards the cathedral project. The bishop's remarks come at a time when the Cathedral Renovation project, as he put it, is likened to a recovery from a long illness. The work has come a long way from a simple project to replace a roof infested with termites at an estimated cost of $2.5 million. Today, several years and many millions of dollars later, the project appears to have no end in sight.
What are our contractual doctors doing, we ask? Why can't they move a little faster to ascertain our quick return to our beloved mother? But in the process of our questioning, how often have we visited her in her convalescence and brought her a little bush tea to warm her stomach, or paid a night nurse from our own resources to watch over her? To what extent have we left her out in the cold? After Mass today, a tour has been organized for parishioners to have a first-hand view of the present state in her recuperation process. The truth is, my dear friends, this project has been evolutionary in nature. By this I mean that the present scope of work turned out to be completely different from what was initially conceived.
The scope of the cathedral project is a long way off from the original budget.
Because of our experience of the loss of the two churches in the north, namely Portsmouth and Viecaz, to the earthquake of 2004, it was found prudent to take a seismic test of the structure to determine the integrity of the foundation. The result was that it was deemed completely unfit for the magnitude of work to be done, especially to support a heavy roof and to withstand likely earthquakes. Therefore, the entire foundation had to be retrofitted, almost completely replaced, with solid concrete and steel works, and with new columns. The organ had to be dismantled and stored away, and a new structure had to be placed for the choir loft. As regards the roof, there were great delays in the procurement of materials from sources abroad, partly due to Hurricane Maria and its aftermath. Now we have a roof which we believe can withstand any Category 5 hurricane, and with material that can outlive any 10-year-old who is sitting here with us today. Because the foundation had to be retrofitted, the flooring too had to be completely redone, while preserving the crypt where the former bishops were buried. Along with the flooring, proper conduits had to be laid in preparation for a completely new electrical works, a new electrical system, including sound and audiovisual. Therefore, the scope of the project moved from an initial $2.5 million to a whopping $12 million.
To date, $9.6 million has been spent on the cathedral project. And for many commuters on their way to work, a random traffic stop is never a welcome thing. In fact, some might see it as a nuisance. But as Deputy Police Chief Lincoln Corbett explains, there are some legitimate reasons why you are stopped, even if it's at an inconvenience to you when it happens.
Why do we have to check for these vehicle licenses and insurance vehicles?
There can be no good time to do a traffic check, really. No good time. No matter what you do, people are going to be inconvenienced. But it's critical that we do that. For one, you can well understand if a vehicle is not licensed and insured, or not insured, and you do get involved in an accident, and somebody got injured, somebody like broken or some serious injury, how are you going to compensate the person? That's a big question. So we actually do these traffic checks randomly, we should say, and from time to time, to ensure that people are complying with the law. I know it's very inconvenient, but throughout the world, wherever you go, all officers, the police officers do traffic checks.
And sometimes you don't charge people really.
No, not most of the time. If we think we're convinced that you're on your way to pay, the law actually gives you that liberty to pay your license. But we are very hard when it comes to insurances. We do not take chances with insurance at all.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Are you still washing your hands regularly, wearing your mask in public, and practicing social distancing? 0 cases does not mean COVID-free. Stay home if you're not well to keep others from getting sick. Continue to avoid crowds in public spaces. Always keep your guard up. We're still fighting this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
With Flow, when I bag our money, cash out. Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah. From Flow.
Yo, check this. Flow is giving away $40,000 in cash.
Oh, yeah.
2 bags of money plus $1,000 every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making parties great. That's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up.
Top up.
$10 or more.
Sign up.
Just switch to Flow.
Get a plan. or switch now to win. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, a look again at the headlines. A cohort of 60 individuals begin retooling as they acquire the skill sets for future online jobs. The DAIC and CREED collaborate to equip 50 small businesses with financial literacy. And Bishop Malze asks the faithful to examine their level of commitment to the Cathedral project, now $9 million over its original budget. You may access the news on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thanks for watching. Join us tomorrow.